In today's rapidly shifting geopolitical landscape, the dominance of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency is under increasing pressure. A growing number of countries, particularly those considered adversaries by Washington, are seeking alternatives. This movement, known as de-dollarization, has begun to reshape global finance, challenging the very foundation of US economic power. Countries like China, Russia, and members of the BRICS bloc are leading this effort, looking to reduce their reliance on the US dollar in international trade. The US, long accustomed to its financial hegemony, is viewing this shift with concern. De-dollarization threatens to undermine its ability to wage economic warfare, a strategy that has long involved leveraging the dollar to impose sanctions and control global financial outcomes. In this video, we explore the motivations behind the dollarization and its potential impact on the global economy, as well as Washington's increasingly desperate attempts to maintain its dominance. De-dollarization refers to the process by which countries reduce their dependence on the US dollar for international trade and finance. For decades, the dollar has been the preferred currency for global commerce, giving the United States unparalleled power over international markets. However, with rising geopolitical tensions, more nations are motivated to seek alternatives. The reasons range from economic sovereignty to protecting themselves from US-imposed sanctions that have in recent years become a cornerstone of American foreign policy. The US government has used the dollar as a tool to cripple the economies of nations it deems hostile, such as Iran, Venezuela, and North Korea. By cutting these countries off from global financial systems, including the SWIFT interbank messaging network, Washington effectively neutralizes their ability to participate in international trade. This form of economic warfare is one of the driving forces behind the push for de-dollarization as nations seek to escape the far-reaching grip of the US Treasury's sanction regime. If you are finding this discussion on the shifting role of the US dollar insightful, don't forget to like and share this video so others can join the conversation. Geopolitics plays a significant role in the growing trend of de-dollarization. The US has wielded the dollar as both an economic tool and a weapon, using its global influence to implement sanctions and destabilize governments that defy its interests. This has led countries to view the dollar's dominance as a potential threat to their national security and economic independence. For example, sanctions imposed on Iran and Venezuela have had far-reaching consequences, devastating their economies and isolating them from global trade. The US Treasury, which acts as the gatekeeper of global financial operations, imposes sanctions at will, often without the need for formal legal proceedings. This level of unilateral control has sparked a reassessment of the global financial system, leading nations like China and Russia to champion the cause of de-dollarization as a means to safeguard their sovereignty. The BRICS group, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has become the vanguard of the de-dollarization movement. In their 2023 summit in South Africa, BRICS invited countries like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and United Arab Emirates to join, signaling their intent to challenge the US dollar's supremacy. The BRICS New Development Bank has increasingly turned to local currencies for international lending, marking a significant shift in global financial practices. Notably, China and Russia have led the charge, with more than 90% of their bilateral trade now conducted in the yuan and ruble. China has also signed historic agreements with countries like Brazil, allowing for trade to be conducted in local currencies instead of the dollar. In Southeast Asia, ASEAN nations are developing financial infrastructures that facilitate trade in local currencies, reflecting a growing trend away from US dollar dependency. The multipolarity of global finance is becoming more visible with every new trade agreement and financial innovation. Former President Donald Trump has voiced his alarm over the de-dollarization movement, likening the potential loss of the dollar's dominance to losing a revolutionary war. In response, Trump proposed extreme measures such as 100% tariffs on countries that reduce their reliance on the US dollar. He also advocated for using tools like export controls and acquisitions of currency manipulation to pressure countries into maintaining their dependence on the dollar. These strategies aim to reinforce the United States' grip on global financial systems, but many view them as desperate attempts to cling to declining power. Trump's hardline approach underscores a broader realization. The United States' financial dominance is slipping. Accusations of currency manipulation, coupled with the imposition of tariffs, reveal the fragile nature of the dollar's global standing. Rather than strengthening its position, these actions may push countries further toward de-dollarization, accelerating the shift to a multipolar financial system. As the de-dollarization movement gains momentum, the global economic implications are profound. For the US, the dominance of the dollar has long been a tool for asserting control over global markets. However, reliance on this system is no longer sustainable, and the trend toward de-dollarization threatens to undermine US hegemony. Even countries within the global south are seeking to protect their economies by diversifying their reserve holdings, purchasing more gold, and reducing their investments in US Treasury securities. China's strategy is particularly instructive. Rather than attempting to replace the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, Beijing seeks to create a multipolar financial system where multiple currencies coexist and play pivotal roles in regional trade. This gradual shift could erode the dollar's global dominance without triggering a full-blown collapse. Strategic commodities like oil and gas, which have long been traded in dollars, are now increasingly being transacted in other currencies, most notably the Chinese yuan. What do you think about the global shift towards de-dollarization? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts on the future of international finance. The era of unipolar dominance by the US dollar may be coming to an end. While a rapid, complete shift away from the dollar is unlikely in the near term, we are already witnessing partial de-dollarization as regional economic blocs like BRICS and ASEAN continue to explore alternatives. This shift is part of a broader trend toward a more fragmented and multipolar world order where different currencies are used based on specific regional or strategic needs. For many countries, de-dollarization represents more than an economic choice. It's a form of economic sovereignty and security. As nations continue to find ways to bypass the dollar in trade, finance, and commodity exchanges, the US must grapple with the reality that its role as the gatekeeper of the global financial system is diminishing. The consequences of this transformation will shape international trade and finance for decades to come. If you enjoyed this in-depth analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all future content. Thanks for watching.